Hello everybody once again and welcome back to the Pantry of Gaming. We are here once again bringing you another, I might say fantastic video. Well, it's a fantastic video. I think it's a fantastic video of some more Wii games from the Wii game collection. Yes, I'm afraid this is all I have to chuck out at the moment. However, there are a couple of things hopefully coming to me next week, which means I'll both do a pickups video and other stuff. So it's not going to be Wii videos for the time being. I am sorry about that, but I know some of you are enjoying this, and we'll keep going as long as we can. But yes, we have some other stuff to come out, so it's not just going to be me showing you lots of white boxes with loads of crap games in it. We have got a lot to get through today. We have letters D and E and the number 60, I think. There's a lot of these to get through. Lots of Ds, because that's how we file them here in the pantry. D for Disney. So there's a lot of games beginning with D for Disney. And also there's some E, and there's not very many of those. I'm going to say there's some E's. That's probably, you know, a bit 90s. We haven't got any E's here, certainly. We've got 9 games, I think, going with E. So not many of those to get through. Big stack of D's. Let's just address the game in the room, which is completely irrelevant to what we're talking about, as always, because, hell, why would they make sense? I don't know. And we've got Sega Outrun on the Sega Master System going, as you can see. Picked this up a few weeks ago. I think I paid a tenner for this altogether, all told. And it's got the Sega sticker and the manual and the box and the hanger, so I'm very happy with that. And yeah, that just goes round in the background and keeps telling you to press the start button. Occasionally it'll put a logo up there saying Outrun, so I'm not sort of, you know, feeling like the crap. Just in case you're wondering, hello, I am the Retro Bear, and this is the Gaming Pantry, as it's all referred to. If you are here for the first time, thank you very much indeed for tuning in. If you're a returning visitor or just interested to see what rubbish Wii games are going to pull up my backside this week, then you are very welcome, and thank you very much indeed for your continued support. It is Outrun, I told you, see, I told you. Quick question about the jersey, which no one's asking, but I'll just mention it anyway. Those who saw me on Danester's live stream the other night, which was the 14th of November. 14th of November. I was wearing my 49ers jersey, which I wore before. This one, just put it up a bit there, rather than stand up and show the fat off. God, massive in this. I know I saw this weight's come from. This is actually a jersey for the now defunct London Monarchs team, which was in the World League. NFL Europe and the World League, and World League and NFL Europe. This was the last shirt I think they had before they became the English Monarchs, and then they went out of existence. But significantly, the number 95, for one season and one season only, they signed well-known 1980s Chicago Bear player William the Refrigerator Perry for one season, and this was his shirt. Not his actual one, this was his number. So this is how I've got to come into possession of it. Anyway, just in case you're interested. You may not be. It's completely irrelevant what I've got to talk about, but, you know, there we go. Right, yes, I just remember what I talked about beforehand. On point, relevant, and interesting. That'll be a first, won't it? Shall we start with D? D on the Wii game. So, we've already done loads. You'll notice now, hang on, work this out from there. There we go. Just see. Oh, God, there we go. That's where that's where F starts, just above my finger there. That's it. That's where F starts. So we're just about to go along the back shelves. We've already done the top bit. We're now onto the second shelf. And bear in mind, there's about 4 or 5 shelves still to go. We've still got a long way to go. Let's crack on, shall we? Now, I like these sort of games. I know most people don't, which is fair enough. I can understand why. And this is Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 2, because the first one was simply too hot to handle. There had to be a second one. By Konami. Ooh. A receipt in there, which I didn't realise. There we go, complete with the manual and the disc. And for those people who are really interested in that sort of thing, there's also a safety manual on the back, and there's also a receipt as well. Where did this receipt come from? I have no idea. This game was purchased in Amazon Marketplace in December 2016. In fact, it was purchased on Boxing Day 2016. Yes, I actually sat down on Boxing Day 4 years ago and bought this. Now, people will sit there thinking Christmases are really fun in Retro Bear's house, aren't they? There's some people playing on the game. I have a dance mat. Once I get to the end of all these, there will be a supplementary video at the end with any sort of peripherals and collector's editions and stuff I've got on the floor which I haven't put on the shelf yet, because there are some games which I haven't put on the shelf yet which need to go into the alphabetical order, but I haven't done that. So, yeah, that's really, really sort of complicated. Is there a track list for this, or shall I just move on? I'm sure there probably is a track list for it. No, doesn't appear to be. Oh, well, there we go. That'll be interesting to find out. So there's no track list. Anyway, there we go. Dance Dance. What did I pay for that? Jesus, how did I pay for that? $2.99 and $1.49 shipping. I must have been suffering a Christmas hangover. We'd never spend £4.50 on a Wii game. I'm horrified at that. There we go. Up next, so here's a game I tried to pick up a couple of times, and every time I came across it, it was a really, really knackered copy. So I did get this one eventually, and this is Dance Juniors, with over 40 tracks. YMCA, Macarena, ABC, Bop, Who Let the Dogs Out. There is a manual with a game sticker on it. No safety manual on that one, though. What's more interesting about this, which you probably can't make out there, it says TV dance hits and also old favourites. So your TV dance hits are going to be sort of like, oh yeah, TV dances and the old favourites, like Old MacDonald Had a Farm and When the Saints Go Marching In and If You're Happy and You Know It. And the all-time favourite, Wheels on the Bus. I had this conversation before, yeah, you don't have to pick the crap up. I pick the crap up because it's cheap and it's crap. You don't have to buy it. Someone has to buy it somewhere. Dance on Broadway. Now, you see, again, you're going to be sitting there thinking, oh, it's all dance games. Well, yes, but I do like musicals. That's a really sort of strange thing to say, but I do. I like, you know, I've always, I can't sing to save my flaming life. But I always admire people who can sing and perform, and that's a great thing. I really honestly believe it. And there's some great musical tunes as well. Dance on Broadway, it does complete manual and safety thingy. And I'm a massive fan of sort of like the old Hollywood musicals going back into the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. I absolutely love stuff like that. So this is sort of a same sort of thing. Again, it's not. I think I paid £1 for this. It's about that, you know, all that jazz, cabaret, Dreamgirls, Good Morning Baltimore. That's from Hairspray. I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Let the Sun Shine In. Look, Be a Lady. One Night Only, Supercalifragilis, It Gets Me Out of Doses, Thoroughly Modern Millie, Where Are the Money, and You Can't Stop the Beat, also from Hairspray. Yeah, it's £1. It's fun for people who like that sort of thing. I'm more likely just to sit there and listen to the music. I'm less likely to play something like that, though I'm sure you want to do it. We haven't finished yet with dance games. There's another one to come. Dance Party Pop Hits from our friends at Nordic Games. Notice the big USK label on the front there, but also Nordic Games. Including the hits Push the Button, Murder on the Dance Floor, and Some Kind of Rush. I have no idea what that one is. Yeah, this one comes with the usual manual, safety manual disc. And 5 different languages on the back, which technically means, as we know, the retrobase scale of the amount of language on the back of the box, more of those you get, the worse the game is actually going to be. 15 splitting, uplifting, I say splitting pop hits? That can't be good. Uplifting pop hits. 8-way dance steps, 2-player head-to-head dance-off. If you have any friends, record your own dance steps, a workout mode, and fully compatible with automated dance mats. So at some point in the future, I may start sort of doing a supplementary on this, and sort of going through all these fitness and dance games and see if they're actually any good or not. I've got a dance mat, but I don't think it's going to fit in here. It's not, it's not called a pantry for effect, folks. It's a tiny room. I know 2 people have been in here and said, "Oh, it's a lot bigger than you think it is." Well, it's not the flaming TARDIS, you know what I mean? It is tight in here. So yeah, we'll have to see whether that's possible or not. But yeah, I've got a dance mat somewhere. We'll get to that at some point in the future. That's 4. Still more. Yeah, we've still got more. We've got 2 more dance games to go, and then we're done with dance games. That begins with D. We ain't got the J yet. Dancing on Ice. How the hell they make a game like this? From a company called Ghostlight, I've never even heard of them. This one looks practically immaculate on the inside. You can understand why, can't you? This is based on the popular smash hit television show, which I think is on ITV, which is alright because it means I won't ever watch it. Master more than 20 ice dancing routines and wow the ice paddle. Go from novice to ice dancing legend. I cannot think of any more scarier words in the English language. There are plenty of them, I've got to be honest with you. Where's that light coming from? Sorry for the glare. We don't usually film at this time of day. It's sort of 11:25 on a Sunday morning. I don't usually do it this time of day. There we go. Dancing on Ice, guaranteed to sit on your shelf and do nothing. Can't even use a balance board with that one. Right, the final game beginning with D, which has got dance in it, I promise you. I think. Dancing Stage Hottest Party. And you notice it's almost called Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 2. This is Dancing Stage Hottest Party. Slightly different. It's Konami. We've also got the customary, rather dreadfully printed disc there. I don't like the look of that printing on there at all. Manual, safety manual disc. And the hottest party is waiting inside. Now, interesting enough, there's 2 languages on the back of that one, so it's it's not quite perfect. 50 songs, including smash hits from the last 4 decades. Yeah, I can just about read that. I'll have a quick look and see if I can see any sign of a track list. Oh, there is a track list. Oh, there is. Also got it says extra dance mats available. We'd like to see a bit of bump in there, don't we? What have we got? Quickly, because there'll be people falling asleep while we're watching this. 99 Red Balloons, Blue Monday, Call on Me, Disco Inferno, Finally Gonna Make You Sweat, Gypsy Woman, I Don't Feel Like Dancing, and Rhythm is a Dancer. Summertime, and You Spin Me Round Like a Record, and The Sign as well, which I think was Ace of Base. Interesting. Anyway, that's a Dancing Stage Hottest Party. In case you're writing these down, because I know some of you have been making comments saying I've seen this game and I rather like the look of it. I'm going to take my advice. That's bad, isn't it? 505 Games bring us Dave's Mirror BMX Challenge. Who is Dave Mirror? I have absolutely no idea at all. Perhaps he's Daly's brother. It's not a game I'm particularly interested in playing. Standard sort of disc manual with a game sticker on the front of it. Bastards. And a safety manual. And yeah, Ride with a Legend, Fear Nothing. So we have some mountain biking type things there. Compete against BMX legend Dave Mirror. Shred 22 levels with 12 different environments. It's not mountain biking, is it? Incidentally as well, I may have made a cock of it in the C video by calling a Crash game Mind Over Mutant when actually it was Crash of the Titans. No one pointed it out, but I'm pretty sure I made a boo-boo on that one, so if I did, there's the apology for it. If I didn't, please strike that record from the statement, and let's move on.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
No idea what happened there. Right, it's next door. The Blob. Now, this is, again, one of these games which pops up in everybody's sort of like hidden gem list. It's not hidden, it's readily available and incredibly cheap. I just don't understand it. But it's a great little game because what you do is you go around sort of as a blob. If you play, modern day audiences would have played Splatoon, which is not quite the same thing, but it's the same sort of concept, and you're going around sort of painting stuff. I know that's ink, this is paint. But you have to sort of, if you played Epic Mickey, it's very much the same sort of thing. Only the Blob can flip, smash and paint his way past the all-powerful Inked Corporation to launch a colour revolution and save Chroma City from a future without colour. So it's like that, but it's better than Epic Mickey. The camera's way better. Is it as good as Splatoon? I think it's probably about the same. It's good, and it's on so many different platforms. Now, if that one, there is a second game. I haven't got the second game. I don't think the second game came out in the week. Maybe it did. I don't know, but I haven't got it. I probably keep thinking I have got it, but I haven't. Oh, I have got it. Yes, I have got it. There we go. It's there. The Blob 2. It's exactly the same sort of thing. And it comes with a manual and a much nicer looking disc. That one there, isn't it? Quality printing. Some THQ this, so I was quite surprised. So yeah, the Revolution will be colourised. Now, why did I not think I had that? Because my alphabetical order system went out of order. There we go. I think it's because I pulled out one of these games to show off a couple of weeks ago and completely forgot where the order was. So yeah, the Blob and the Blob 2, very cheap games to pick up. You will have a lot of fun. You'll have fun playing them. Fun as well. And I think it's on PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, certainly. Did it make it to the 360? Don't know. Not the expert on that one. What we got next? Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop. Yes, a Dead Rising game on the Wii. Oh my god, I can't believe it. But yeah, it's like all the you know, sort of these high tech HD games that came. We talked about Call of Duty in the C letters. This is exactly the same. It's a sort of scaled down, not graphically as impressive, but using the motion controls, not a bad little game. It is, again, not particularly cheap. I think you'll be paying £2 to £3 for it. No manual. Bugger. But I have got a safety manual, so everything's okay. So I can play it safely, so I have an idea what the hell I'm doing. Yeah. There we go. The harrowing tale of a photojournalist closing in on the scoop of the century. There we go. So yeah, not particularly expensive to pick up this one. If you haven't got it, pick it up. If you like those Dead Rising games, why not? Why not? Another sort of big, violently sort of... It's a well-known series on the other consoles, PS3 and 360. This is Dead Space, but this is Dead Space Extraction. Now, this is a on-the-rail shooter. I've mentioned this many, many times, but I'm not going to sort of dwell on it too much. It is a fantastically good game. It is not particular. It sort of varies. Sometimes I think I picked mine up for about £4, but I think it sort of fluctuates between £4 and £8 usually in CEX. Get it. You know, if you think the Wii is full of kiddie games, the last two games I've shown you should give you an indication that they aren't. But mind you, make sure you get one with a manual, because that's two now in a row I haven't got. Hope somebody's keeping score at home of how many manuals I've got, because I'm not. And there's some rather sort of graphic images in the back there, which I just apologise for in advance. But that's it, and you can play it with the Wii Zapper as well. So these are the sort of games which make use of that giant plastic attachment that you can get for it, which we will see in a later video. But yeah, how you can not... You know, if you own a Wii, you're sort of saying, well, I need to pick up 100 odd games for the Wii. Well, there's two in a row I've just shown you there. And in fact, with the two blob games, well, there's four. There's four that you need straight away. This is another one as well. Another one. Deadly Creatures. Now, you would look at that and think, oh, what the hell's all that about? Well, I'll tell you what it's all about. This is, you can see there the amount of awards it's got on the bottom. Now, I know people look at awards and think, well, that's just stuff. But yeah, it's like, you know, Best of E3 2008 when it came out. It's got a 12 plus rating. This has got the vocal talents of the late Dennis Hopper and Billy Bob Thornton. And you're playing a scorpion or a spider. And you're watching these two sort of... You're following these two guys around and they're sort of interacting. And you're playing these creatures. It's a really, really original game. Strike 3 and I'm out. No manual. But this is not a difficult game to pick up at all. Again, you're paying £3 to £5 for it. Hunt or be hunted. And you can see there's the grave diggers there, Billy Bob Thornton, Dennis Hopper. It is an incredibly different game. Enter the hostile world as you take control of two of the desert's most dangerous creatures, the tarantula and the scorpion. Fight for survival against fierce predators as you unearth a sinister tale of greed buried in the Sonoran Desert. Cinematic finishing moves, battle fearsome predators. I haven't played it. I'm just reading the back to you. But this is, again, we talked about the blog coming up in Hidden Gems. This is the one people talk about this in great thing. And you can't miss it as well. Look at that. I mean, Christ, if you don't see that on the shelf. Yeah, but again, pick that one up. I did a gameplay video on this one, so I'm not going to again dwell too much on this, but Uncle Noel is with us. This is Deal or No Deal. The banker is back. This is based on the hit TV series. It's exactly what it is. You go around picking boxes out. I've got a manual with that one. Why do I get the manuals with the crap games? Yeah, you go around picking boxes at random, trying to win the money. There is a gameplay video, which there'll be a thing up there at some point, I'm pretty sure about it. There we go. So I don't need to say much more about that. It is Deal or No Deal. If you've seen Deal or No Deal, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen Deal or No Deal, I don't know what you've been doing the past 20 years or so. I'll go nothing about this game at all. Picked up a very, very, very long time ago. This is Death Junior, Root of Evil. I have no idea what this is. It's an ADOS game though. You can see down there. ADOS. We have a manual. It's come out a game, this one. I'm pretty sure I got this when I first started collecting because it was dirt cheap to pick up. It's got 3 different languages on the back, which it's not good. You can't really say that because there's nothing going on there. I don't even know what this game is about. I can't read that because my eyes are screwed. Become the Grim Reaper. Anyway, that's about as far as it goes. But yeah, I don't know anything about that game, so I can't really tell you. Not that it particularly appeals to me anyway in the first place. Now here's a game which apparently is quite hard to get hold of on the old 360, this one. Just give me a second. So before we get the Leaning Tower of Games falling over, that's better. There we go. Well, that table stays up. Right, now this game was quite readily available. In fact, it was everywhere when I first started collecting games. But I think the 360 version is a little bit more, shall we say, tricky to track down. A bit more expensive. This one, I couldn't move for copies of this in game years ago when I first started collecting. And this is, I'm going to try and, I always get this guy's name wrong as well. This is Deepak Chopra's Leela. I always call him Derek Chopra. I don't know why. But that's it from THQ. Now, I think this is a meditation sort of type game. Body, Mind, Spirit, Play. This was so cheap to pick up when I first found it. It was like, wow, so many copies of this. And it's got some stickers on the back as well. A groundbreaking journey of mind and body combines traditional relaxation and meditation with Wii Motion technology to instill a sense of balance and harmony to everyday life. So it's not your sort of on-the-rail shooter type thing, is it? And there is Deepak at the top there. Yeah, so rebalance and revitalise ambient oasis. And personal creativity. Create a personal mandala, an artistic impression of your essence. Well, that'll be interesting to see. There's a video in there somewhere, isn't there? Also a character in Doctor Who, which was very disappointing to find actually not in it. This will scare the life out of anybody who knows me. This is Def Jam Rap Star. Yes, the Retro Bear rapping. Never going to happen. Clean as a whistle inside, not surprisingly. The world is your stage, the ultimate MC experience. I mean, this is like wasted on me. This is even if I was younger, this is still wasted on me. Song we got on there, All About the Benjamins, Gold Digger, 21 Seconds. That's So Solid Crew. Do you remember them? Yeah, I don't know many of those. I don't know any of those at all. Again, it needs a microphone, which is why you can pick up a Solus copy for 50p, but hell, unless you like rapping, then you've got designs on sort of walking around in a sort of car with its suspension lowered and your pants hanging down halfway down your ankles. That's entirely up to you. I really don't know. Not my sort of thing anymore. Used to be, but not my sort of thing anymore now. Right, what have we got here? Ooh, bloody hell. I forgot to take it off. I've got Destroy All Humans, Big Willy Unleashed. Now, there's 3 of these. I think there's 1 and 2. I think 2 is quite an expensive game to pick up on other systems, but this is the one that came out on the Wii. It's not highly regarded. I've also just noticed that this has got one of them Poxy Game stickers on it, which means that when I bought this in game, in one of their many, many sales, I hadn't actually played it. I think I briefly played the first one on the PlayStation 2. I think. God, I hate these stickers. The worst stickers ever created, these. You're always finding sort of like triangular bits of sticker on your games. I missed one there, haven't I? There we go. So we're actually going to open this for the very first time, and there is a manual in there. Hurrah! There's a manual and a disc after all these years, and I think that's probably going to be about at least 3.5 years up here without actually being picked up. I've never played one of these games. I don't think I've played one of these games at all. I think I may have briefly loaded up the first one on the PlayStation 2. I think I've got it on the PlayStation 2. It would be that game there, wouldn't it? I don't know. I don't think I have. I may have got on the Xbox. I may have played it on the PC now. My memory is going. I can't see it up there, and I can't see it up there. It's going to be one of those two places. It's not. So anyway, let's move on to another Konami game. There's quite a few Konami games in here. This one is actually a platformer. It's a gorgeous looking platformer, but if you're a diabetic, I would probably strongly stay away from it. This is Dewey's Adventure. I mean, look at that. That's just a great cover, isn't it? Great cover. We all have our platformers here in the Gaming Pantry. So, everything complete with that one. And yeah, it is Save the Peaceful Tree of 7 Colours. It's not, and this is a sort of game, in all fairness, I don't see around a great deal, but it's not expensive. It's not an expensive game to pick up, but you don't see it on the shelf so much. I can't remember where I got this from. I think I may have picked it up from... I think I may have got it from a CEX probably somewhere. I was trying to buy it online, and I thought I'm going to hold out and sort of pick it up in CX, which I did. So there we go. Where are we now? I don't know. We may not even halfway through yet. Now, this is Diabolique, the original sin, not the original Diabolique sin, because look at your side. Look at there we go. Diabolique, the original sin, or Diabolic. I'm guessing. As everyone sitting there saying, "No, it's Diabolic, you prat." Clean on the inside. Again, one of those games. Oh, hello. There's a scantily clad woman on the back there. I didn't realise that was there. What does it say? So, criminal mastermind Diabolique is planning his most audacious heist ever, but he is not the bad guy this time around. Brace yourself for a thrilling story of intrigue, love, vengeance, and greed. That's always good, isn't it? Players Diabolique himself, his faithful partner Eva, and mysterious Helena. Yeah, that sounds quite interesting, that, doesn't it? Yeah. Again, not a game you see around an awful lot, but not particularly expensive to pick up. Now, this one, we talked hidden gems earlier. We keep mentioning these. I used to see a copy of this game everywhere, and I think I got this for 49p because there were so many of them at the time. They couldn't give these away when I started collecting away. But you don't see it. Again, it's not a particularly expensive game, but you don't see it all the time out and about. And this is Disaster Day of Crisis, which is a very, very interesting concept. It's slightly flawed in the fact it doesn't quite work as it should do. I mean, it's a good game, don't get me wrong, but I think it could have been an awful lot better. Raymond Bryce is about to have one hell of a day. Kidnap hostages, earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, can you get through in one piece? And that's the whole thing. So you've got natural disasters going off, you've got a hostage situation going through at the same time. And it is a fun game to play, but from memory, and again it's been a while since I played, but I think it was just I don't know. I was expecting perhaps a bit more of it because I'd heard people talk this game up quite a bit. Oh, you must get hold of that game. You must get hold of that game. I don't know. It just sort of it's good, but it wasn't quite as good as it should have been. It's one of those games where you sort of bite, think, I'm a bit disappointed with that. But I only paid 50p for it, so I was ecstatic. Right, so we've now hit the D zone. Disney games. If you don't like Disney games, you know what you're going to do, don't you? First up, Disney Channel's All-Star Party. Wow, this is a high-quality title, featuring the likes of Hannah Montana, Camp Rock 2, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, On Deck. God, I hate those awful teen shows, and The Wizard of Waverly Place, whatever it was called as well. Yeah. No manual. Again, not hard to pick up this one. Jump into the party with a mix of Disney Channel All-Stars. So, mixed characters from 7 popular shows. I can't even tell you what they are. It's just a mini game sort of thing. Really fodder. There we go. Focus on it. Focus. Yeah. Ugh. Next up, based on the film with, I think, John Travolta doing the main voice, Disney's Bolt. The thing about Disney games, they do tend to hold their, not that Disney Channel one, that doesn't, but some of these do hold their value a little bit. That's got the manual and the safety thing in it. Live the action, stars life. I think I saw Bolt once. I don't think I'll be seeing it again anytime soon. Stars Bolt or Penny in 25 action pack. Now, a much better Disney film is Brave. Now, any of you got the Disney Channel out there? If you haven't seen Pixar in real life, I would recommend it. It's a Disney Pixar film. I would recommend, if you've got Disney Plus, Pixar in real life, where they sort of take Pixar characters and things and put them into a real life situation. They've got one where this young lady here, they've got a girl who I think obviously does the impersonations for the Disney princesses and things like that, and going to an archery centre to learn archery with a longbow. It's really good, really fun, and they've got some great things in that series. You've got They do things with Wall-E and the guy from Up, and what's the other one they do as well, which is really, really funny. Inside Out as well. Yeah, really good. Pixar in real life. Go and check it out. It's short, 5-10 minute videos. It's really, really good. Everything there's complete. Again, this one sort of holds its value a little bit. In a Disney game, not to be confused with something else which is called Brave. Two different things on that one. People forget this is a Disney film because it was just terrible. Disney's Chicken Little Ace in Action, but this apparently, I've heard, is not actually a particularly bad game. It's not bad. It's just from a Disney film that nobody can remember. Can you remember that one? I can't. There we go. I think it's, you can see there, it's sort of like a behind the character shooting game. But I've heard it's quite good. I wouldn't know, I've not played it. Now, this one. This was one of the first games that I bought when I got a Wii. Years and years ago. I bought it in the game sale. I think I paid a tenner for it. Why did I buy this? Because, to me, this game has got one of the best cinematic introductions I've seen. It really is fantastic. Now, anybody's watched my Barely Played video recently, which probably, again, will be a thing up there, will come across and say, look, go and watch this video. I did Mickey's Wild Adventure on the PlayStation 1, which was a reboot or a redo-over or a graphical tart-up or whatever you want to say about Mickey Mania, which was brought out for Mickey Mouse's, I think it was meant to be Mickey Mouse's 75th anniversary. This, 65th anniversary. That was it, 65th anniversary. This, I think, was brought out for Mickey's 80th, or just after Mickey's 80th, or was announced for Mickey's 80th. It didn't quite get out in time, because it won Best of E3 winner in 2010. And this is Epic Mickey, a game which is very, very similar to the Blob, in the fact that you have to go around recolorizing Disney World. But although it's a fun game, it is a nice concept. The camera, and again, I'm not just going to what people said, I played it myself briefly, the camera is terrible. And it really, really, really ruins the experience. This, I think, had a paintbrush attachment for the Wii. You could actually buy a paintbrush, like very similar to the Doctor Who screwdriver you could buy for it. And you put it on the end of on your Wii remote, and you would use that, because that's what you had to do in the game. You had to paint the colour back into the world. So unleash the power of the brush in an epic quest to save a forgotten world. And it's a great concept, but it's flawed. We can say that for about a lot of games we're going to see here. Brilliant, but flawed. Where are we now? Let's move on. God, we're not getting through this very, very quickly at all. Just know how long we've been going. Disney's G-Force about guinea pigs. No idea what that is, but there's some operating instructions inside. And yeah, I don't know. It's based on the film, maybe. Don't know. No idea. Never seen it. Never played it. Dropped it. Disney's High School Musical 3 Dance Senior Year. Yeah. Manual. Instructions. Get ready to dance. All your favourite stuff from High School Musical 3. Dance to 29 songs. But you can play as Troy, Gabriella, Sharpay, Ryan, Taylor, Chad, or your own customised Wildcat. Well, there we go. One of the best games of all time.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Disney's Ratatouille, which is a much better film. Go and watch that instead. It even tells you how to pronounce it. At the top is Ratatouille. There we go. People going, Ratatouille. No, if you ever watch Fawlty Towers, you know it's Ratatouille. There we go. So it's a platform game based on, well received and well done film. There we go, about rats. There aren't many of those, are there? Disney's Sing It. Or most people say Sling It. I certainly would do. Featuring music from Camp Rock. I presume that'd be the Scissor Sisters. No, what have we got in the back here? Sing to 35 chart-topping tunes from your favourite stars and shows. Oh, God, no. All sorts of people whose names I don't know of there. Is it just Sing It, or is it just Disney stuff? Or whatever? Interesting enough to note that this manual, first of all, has got like so many advertisements in it, it's unbelievable. Does it tell you what the songs are? No. I think there's a couple of games in this Sing It series. I've struggled. I think this one I tried to buy 3 times, and 3 times I got the wrong disc inside it. Some games you just cannot fathom and cannot get right. You're chasing a game. It's like our problem with Michael Jackson, the Experience as well. Couple of problems buying that game. Can't find the disc or whatever it is. Yeah. Disney's Sing It High School Musical 3 senior year. God, how many more of these bastard games are there? There we go. Luckily, these are very, very cheap and quite easy to find. So if you do have the urge to throw one in the bin, you can always go and buy another one. 20 songs in this one, from High School Musical, High School Musical 2 and High School Musical 3. That was a thing once, wasn't it? High School Musical. This was the one I was really struggling to find. This is the sort of non-Disney one. And this is Disney Sing It Party Hits. So I've got that. This was the one I was struggling to get hold of. This one they kept giving me the other one for it. But that one is actually right, because you can see there it's got the right disc in it. Every single time I was getting the wrong one. 2 or 3 times. Your music, your voice, your party. Sing along with lots of camp rock stuff. And David Guetta featuring Kenny Rowland, When Love Takes Down. Or Takes Over. I can't read that. Flipping heck, I do need to go to the optician. Selena Gomez, Kelly Clarkson, Justin Bieber. But there are also songs from the Black Eyed Peas, Jason Mraz and other people. Yeah, if you really want this, I would probably suggest you need to get a life. Learn to bring it better with Demi Lovato as your personal voice coach. It'll cost you money these days to get that. More Disney games. Tangled, which I got out of a charity shop. I think at the time I got it for $1.49. It was selling at $5, so that's always a win. I've not seen this one. This is one game. I get this confused with Enchanted. Those of you who saw, I picked up Enchanted on the Game Boy Advance. No, DS. That was it. And I get confused with Tangled and Enchanted being the same films, but of course one's animated, one starts out animated, the other one, and one's animated, the other one starts out animated and goes into live action. So there we go. But this is based on the Rapunzel. It's a platform game. It's not bad, actually. Not bad. It's not great. I can't tell what it's aimed at, but it's not bad. This one you don't see again a great deal, and again probably not one of the more well-known Disney films. This is Disney's The Princess and the Frog, which is set in the deep south in Louisiana, I think. So, but it popped up on Christmas telly the last couple of years or so on BBC, but never seen it. I think it's got John Goodman doing some voices. 25 mini games. So it's really imaginative. Sing and dance to music from the film and cook Tiana's recipes and mix and match her outfits. Yeah, there we go. We do like a bit of a mix and match outfit game, don't we? And there's a crocodile playing a trumpet. So there we go. Even better. Right. Nearly at the end of the Disney games. Nearly. This one I can heartily recommend it to anybody who wants something which is a bit of fun, not too taxing, and you can just sit there and you know, thoroughly enjoy yourself. I've recommended it before. It's Disney's Universe, where little characters go around wearing costumes of Disney characters. You can see on the front there, so we got Captain Jack Sparrow, we've got Stitch, we got is that Nemo, and also Pumbaa, I think Pumbaa from Lion King. And it's just, honestly, it's just really good fun. It's not particularly challenging. It's a kid's game. It does hold its value. You'd expect to pay probably £3-4 for this quite easily. It doesn't sort of drop down a great deal. I think I got mine for £1.50. I was quite lucky. I was desperately trying to drop it down to £1, but it wouldn't do. Yeah, suit up with 45 costumes and upgradable tools. Power up and explore Disney worlds. You can play as Donald Duck. You can play as the Monsters Inc. people. It's really good fun. If you got small kids who want to get into gaming, it's the perfect sort of thing to do. Even just as Wall-E at the back there. Really good fun. I can thoroughly recommend that. It's more expensive on other systems. I think it's possibly £10 game on the PlayStation 3. It is really sort of tricky to pick up. You may wonder why actually we've got sort of things all over the place here. Now you notice that this one here says this is Cars, Disney's Pixar Cars, but it also says Disney's Pixar Cars on the side, so that's why it goes DPC. Anyway, I don't know, my filing's all over the place. I've sort of completely lost count. This probably should have come before you, actually. Disney Universe, Disney, yeah, it should have come before that. Anyway, forget that. It's cars. It's, again, surprisingly good. You expect this to be rubbish, but it's actually not bad at all. It's a racing game. I like racing games. It's based on Cars, which is a pretty good film, let's be honest with you. So there we go. Oh dear, mate. Yeah, my filing system's all over the place. We mentioned it earlier. This is Up, with the little character at the top called Russell. That's interesting, isn't it? And a bird and that big dog there as well. Big lovable dog. Sadly, Son's Manual. But yeah, it's a platformer, as all most of these Disney games are. And an annoying game sticker on the bottom which says "We P.O. Up." Same to you. And the last Disney game that we got there, it's WALL-E. What a great film that is. People love that film, don't they? WALL-E. And everything like that. I probably don't have all the Disney games. I'm probably not far off them, to be fair. There was a Disney Princess one missing. Yeah, I haven't got that one yet. It's £10 that one. I'm paying £10 for that. As much as I love Disney princesses, which is sort of something I never thought I'd say. Right. More shit. I remember buying this game. You know, some of these games you buy them and you have to sort of endure some sense of public embarrassment. And this is when you get sort of lost in it. The question was asked the other day: are you a collector or a hoarder? This was probably definitely falling into both categories, because one, it's a game I hadn't seen before, and two, it's a game I certainly didn't need to get any time soon. But like I said, I've never seen it before. It was, I think, priced at £2. I think if I went to CEX, I was paying £4 to £6 for it. You've got to snap them up. And I haven't seen it since either. It's only been shown once on this channel. Diva Ballerina by 505 Games, and it's balance board compatible. Learn real ballet moves. Well, that is fantastic, isn't it? It looks practically clean inside, as if no one's actually bothered to play it. But I think I did when I did a review of this, when I first picked it up, I think I sort of mentioned that the disc had got some fingerprints on it, so somebody had done it. Yeah, it's ballerina game. There's no more to be said about that, is there? What's more worrying is you have to go to shops and buy these games. These sets of video, I hope, shows that I have no shame when it comes to this sort of things. We've got DJ Hero, which is with the turntable attachment, which I'll show you in another video. Again, this game is it's relatively, well, the game's cheap to pick up, but you do need the spinning turntable to go with it as well. So what a great attachment that was. Guitars and you know, some great sort of dance and sort of rap tracks on there. Beastie Boys on there, and 50 Cent, and there's 102 created from 102 hits, include mixes by Grandmaster Flash, DJ Shadow, DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Zid Trip, DJ AM, Scratch Pervert. That's an interesting name. DJ Yoda, yeah. Cut Chemist, and J Period. Oh, loads of people get it I have never even heard of. But yeah, there's some interesting sort of things on there as well. So yeah, if you haven't got that one, pick it up, because it's a dirt cheap game to get hold of. The attachment isn't particularly difficult, and also there is a second game which is DJ Hero 2. The inside of DJ Hero 2. The best soundtrack just got better. 80 plus all new mixes on that one, and also there's you can use a microphone as well. So yeah, if you haven't got those games and the attachment, it's dead easy to get hold of. I couldn't make it all yet. I'm not very good at it, but it's pretty good fun. It is. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. We mentioned it earlier. Doctor Who Returned to Earth. This has a sonic screwdriver attachment for the Wii Remote, which is again about 12-15 quid. It's not easy or cheap to pick up at all. This game is meant to be not very good at all. I haven't played it, even though I am a massive Doctor Who fan. What's happened with this manual? Someone's folded this manual. Oh no, the front cover's missing. I've lost the front cover off the manual. No, but someone's actually written down a cheat on it which says defeat all enemies. Hold A plus B plus 1. No way. I was a massive Doctor Who fan, but this comes from my least favourite period of Doctor Who. Nothing against Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. I thought they were very, very good at what they're doing. They've just got horrible storylines. Yeah, Cybermen as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of hype around that game. There's also one on the PlayStation 3 called The Eternity Clock, which is also a lot of hype about, and that ain't cheap either to pick up, but I've managed to get that for very little. Dogs. It's a game about dogs. And dogs are cool because they've got a Z after their name, you know. There we go, dogs. From one dog to another, this is Don King's Boxing, which is balance board compatible from 2K Games. And there's actually, I just said there's a label there which says whybuygames.com on there. So someone's obviously bought this from somewhere online by the looks of it. Never knew that place existed. Anyway, it's got the manual and stuff inside there. It got some boxing glove attachments. I'm not sure whether my friend Nace got those boxing gloves still. I'm sure he has. But I'm pretty sure that they were compatible with that. Yeah, so feel what it's like to feel a real pro boxer. Wii balance board functionality with over 20 licensed boxers, a deep career mode, training mini-games and exciting multiplayer matches. Break a sweat, earn fitness points and track your results with a fitness chart and in-game calendar. Real licensed boxes and venues including, boxers, Madison Square Garden and Trump Taj Mahal. Well, there we go. Quite topical at the moment. It's opened a restaurant. Donkey Kong Country returns. See, there are some good games in here. As probably difficult as Tropical Freeze, which most people seem to think it is. I like these games to a certain point, and then they just get absolutely hair-pullingly difficult. I love Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. I didn't mind Donkey Kong 64. It's not a bad game. This, though, is just a bit frustrating, but again, shows great graphical prowess for the Wii. So, I mean, so, forget about the Wii being a terrible system and all that, and not having the power that the systems do. Honestly, there are some great looking games on there. Dora saves a snow princess. Seriously? Yes, she does. It must have been below £1 because that's when I picked it up. I wouldn't have bought that for anything more than £1. Dora's very first adventure on Wii. Wow, there we go. There's a lot of Dora the Explorer games out there, so I'm led to believe at the moment. Race through icy waters on Pirate Piggy's ship. Help new friends like the Penguins and Snow Fairy. And fly on Pegasus using your Wii remote. Yeah, I've no idea what Dora the Explorer is. Is it a cartoon? I know it's a cartoon. I just don't know much about it. Now this one's interesting. I picked this up in a charity shop and I got no idea why. But it just seems strange to see a Wii game. I thought, well, I better pick it up. But I know that this is obviously not a European release. This is the Australian version, I'm led to believe. And this is Dragon Ball Z Budokan Tenkaichi 3. Which is an awfully long title for saying this game is shit. That's why I'm sure it's very good. It's just not my thing. It is just not my thing. But I thought this was too, even though it had a manual, and again I remember at the time going, it's now got no manual with it. Do I leave it there? Do I pick it up? Do I take it home? I don't know. So I took it home with me. And it's just not my sort of thing, I'm afraid. But I think I remember looking online at the time and thinking this game sells for sort of £8 to £10 in CEX. I thought I'd better pick it up just in case. But it is the Australian version, so it's one or two of those in my collection, which is a bit strange. This game, it's got an amazingly good. I think it's got quite a good front cover, but it's not meant to be a very good game. This is Dragon Blade Wrath of Fire, which is also incredibly cheap to pick up as well. I think I've never seen it more than 50p. I've actually got a broken clasp on this one. I don't have many of those, but I've got the manual and the disc. The power of the dragon is in your hands. Harness the powers of a dragon, fly, spew fire, tail whip, smash claws, and more. So it's a dragon simulator. That's always interesting, isn't it? Dragon simulators. Yeah, but I don't think it's got a particularly great following or reputation. Where are we now? We've got 3 Ds to go, then we're on to E very, very quickly. This is sealed. This is sealed. I've never had this open. Drawn to life, the next chapter. Now, I've got this on the DS as well. And the idea is you draw your own character and then it goes into the game and then you sort of move around. But I think it's got a terrible reputation for crashing and sort of not working properly as it should do. Your Adventure, Your Hero, it's still sealed. It says there, look, like new. I can't remember where I got this from. I think it's probably Amazon. I do tend to sort of pick these odd things up from Amazon. But yeah, create your own hero, draw right into the game, and multiplayer minis. Yes, it's also available on the DS. I'm not sure if it's a U. I don't think it goes on the U draw. You can use. I think you might be able to use the U draw with it. Can we? Oh, I've got to move Retro Bear. Oh, Retro Bear, you're in the way. Oh dear. Right, I can't see behind there because if I pull that there, the bear will fall down. The keyboard behind it will fall down. Everything will fall down behind it. So I'm not doing that. Driver Parallel Lines. There's 2 driver games for the Wii. This one, sadly, Manuel no. Does have a safety booklet though, so again I can play it safely without poking me. I can play it without poking my eyes out, but I can't play the bloody game. Driver series has been around for years, and there was 2 games on the Wii for it. The other one is Driver San Francisco. Because wearing my 49er shirt would be quite appropriate, wouldn't it? Really. Also, Son Manual, no manual, manual, no manual, no. It's always rather disappointing. There's quite a lot of non-manuals in the D, isn't there? I don't think it looks as good as that. I can't remember playing this one. I don't know. Right, let me just move myself a second. Pick up the E's. There you go. Well, is that falling down without... God, it's getting tight in here, I tell you. You've got to put that there. That's where the microphone is. So there's a very small gap between the microphone, me, the Wii games, the chair, the table. One false move, and I'm in hospital. Honestly, it's that tight round here. It really is. Right then, so what we're doing? Alf, we're doing E. So that's D. Let's try and get E in before the hour. EA Sports Active Personal Trainer. Again, watch that supplementary video because there's some other stuff in there about it. I can't believe that I've actually got no manual with this. And this game is so easy to pick up. I ain't even sure that's the right disc in there. It says G on it, which would indicate to me this is the general one for Australia clarification. This is obviously out of the set that came with all the fitness stuff. It says not to be sold separately. So there we go. Another no manual. Man, that's worrying. This one's definitely got a manual in it. This is EA Sports Playground. Again, not something you see around a great deal, not particularly expensive. It includes dodgeball, which is always beneficial. Obviously, EA were quite a well-rounded developer for the Wii. They put an awful lot of games out for it. But again, it's like 4-player fun for the whole family. You've got darts, wall ball, slot car racing, kicks, paper races, tetherball, and yeah, it's just a collection of mini games and things for people to play. Don't see it all that often. This game came with a Wii Motion add-on device as well, which made use of that, so it's increased the power of the Wii Remote. I've got one of them somewhere, but this is EA Grand Slam Tennis. There is, I think, a set where you've got the actual sort of thing with it as well, but I've only got the game. Game's not particularly hard to pick up. If you play tennis on the Wii, this is very much the same sort of thing, but with licensed people like McEnroe and Murray and Williams. I hate tennis. Become a tennis legend. I hate tennis. There's Nadal at the top, is it, with his headband on, probably? And, yeah. Play the grass courts of Wimbledon. Become a tennis legend. No. Ace the Greats. John McEnroe, Serena Williams, Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Boris Becker. Also in there as well. Now, I've always mentioned this before, again, many, many times. Hidden gem, interesting game, quirky game, not as crap as it looks. This is LEDs, this is from Konami. This is a game that you need to pick up. It's a good little game, this, and again, not particularly expensive. A couple of quid will cost you the very, very most. All are based around sort of like harnessing electricity. It's really, really fun. It's really different. It's original. They can run, they can't hide for long. Seek, find, catch. Honestly, pick it up. If you see it anywhere, this is absolutely worth getting up. It is LEDs. Can't recommend that highly enough. It won't cost you a fortune, and we won't fall out over it. I hope, anyway. Emergency Heroes. which is very, very poignant at the moment because we need our emergency heroes to keep us going. But I think this is just a what is this? Become a real-life hero. Drive the coolest high-tech rescue vehicles to save your city. Drive through stunning free-roaming open environments and keep the city of San Alto safe. Choose between 48 police, fire and EMT vehicles. Wow, there we go. As you can tell, I've not played that one. This one's from Codemasters. I didn't think they're making games in the Wii, but it's got mini games. It's emergency mayhem, and there's a monkey at the top, so it's obviously going to be some sort of comedy thing. That's a serious one. This is the less serious one. Wow! Look, if you don't want to buy this, it's emergency mayhem. Yeah. It should open a siren off when it opens up, shouldn't it? Really.
Come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
I agree. Yeah, it's mayhem in Crisis City. So yeah, frantic driving action, minigame mayhem, and 4-player party mode. It's one of those, isn't it? Nearly there. Whew. Jury's out on this one. Endless Ocean. There's 2 of these games. The second one, I think, is the one that's more well regarded. This is a sort of game which I sort of imagine what being in a coma would be like if you play it, because it's incredibly soothing, but at the same time it's rather dull. It's pretty to look at, but unless you're really into marine biology and swimming around and collecting information about animals and fish, and it's you know, no one gets blown up or shot or has to jump in an emergency vehicle. It's one of those. It says go for a relaxing dive with a friend using Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. That's it. But yeah, it's you know, if you want something different, I can't imagine there's much more original game than sort of that. But it isn't very interesting. The second one, I think, apparently is meant to be an awful lot better. Well, that one is very much like end of a long day. Well, I can't get to sleep. Yeah, if you're insomnia, put that on. It'll knock you out. This one's got a horrible reputation. Escape from Bug Island. Not because it's got giant creepy crawlies in it, but it's just not a very good game. Regularly appears on people's sort of like worst Wii games ever. The creepiest survival horror game on the Wii, which is rated 12. So that gives you possibly an idea of how horrifying it is. Time travel, bugs, obstacles, survive. You wake up alone in a deep and fog-covered forest. Your friends are nowhere to be found. So very much like a normal everyday life for me. But yeah, it's not got a particularly good reputation, that one. Not difficult to pick up either. This one's a hidden object game, which I've got on the DS. But I've got on the Wii first, and it's Escape the Museum. Which comes with its all completed stuff on the inside. When the dust settles, the panic sets in. I think there's an earthquake or something in the museum, and you have to sort of go round. And earthquake rocks the city and separates Susan and her daughter within the rubble of the National Museum of History. The frenzied hunt for escape and reunion begins. But yes, also on the DS, that one as well. Hidden object game. And the very last one, this is the final one for D&E. Thank you very much for your patience. Is Excite Truck. I think Raz's mate put this on his top 5 games on the Wii. Not many good racing games on the Wii. This isn't too bad. The one which came in America, I think, is called Excite Bots. Is apparently meant to be a lot better than this one. But yeah, it's truck racing. Excite Truck Racing. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. So yeah. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is D&E on the Wii collection. I hope you've stuck with that all the way through. If you wish the Disney games, I don't blame you. Again, mix the good, the bad, and the Wii. Not really what you can say about that, is there? Yeah, so as I said, there'll be another part. We're coming to a section now where I can probably try and, like we've done this year, try and cram a couple together. I think F and G is quite close, and H and I are pretty close together. There's not an awful lot of games in there, so they should be shorter videos. Anyway, we'll just, hopefully there won't be 20 odd parts. This Christ, I should hope not. I've got other things to do in my life than sit here and do this anyway. I hope you've enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more of these. If you've liked what you've seen, if you haven't already done it, subscribe, like, comment, Flick that bell, which will tell you when more videos go up. Until then, this is the Retro Bear saying thank you very much indeed for your time and your company today. Hope to see you again very, very soon. But until then, take care, stay safe, and bye for now.